10, 9, 7 or 8, 9. What do you want? You want wheat. I can do that. Well, I've got nothing better to do. So, I don't know how I'm going to fix that corner there. Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. Wheat. There we go. Good job they give you a message. Say, hey, you're doing the wrong thing. May do is once I'm finished sowing this field, I could go back and switch the wheels on this to narrows so it's ready for fertilizing and what is it, herbicide spraying contracts. We still need to fertilise our top field number 12, but we can't do that until the crops start to grow, and then we have 3 runs on field 11. Don't know whether it'll grow before the weeds have stopped being established. Interesting to see how far we get on this field. So if I can plant all of it, then this would then be a good candidate as a next field to purchase. Well, I don't want to purchase it right this minute. Because we're $100,000 in the hole, 45 in the bank. Land's going to be fairly expensive, I think. Yeah, 354. Oops, drifted way off there. I'm not going to be able to afford this field for quite a while. And in addition, I'm not going to be able to upgrade my equipment if I want to buy this field soon. But it's good to see that whatever they patched in last week didn't break the save game. I missed a bit to the left, but it should be okay. Because with contracts you don't have to do 100% of the work. Just enough to make it look good. At this point, I'm not sure how late I'm going to run tonight. I do have a very early doctor's appointment in the morning. Definitely wanting to be in bed by midnight, which is still a couple of hours off. The later the stream runs, the less likely it is I'm going to get the stream or the recording posted to YouTube before tomorrow. Not that that's any bad thing. I kind of like to get it done at the end of the stream rather than waiting for tomorrow. No, I've just got a checkup. It's actually with the eye doctor, so it's a visual checkup. And yeah, I'm getting old and my eyes are getting tired. That much I'm willing to admit to. I don't do much book reading anymore because it's quite a strain on my eyes, although I do read a lot online. Thank you. Slow down, turn around. And then, because it's a ophthalmology appointment, they're going to dilate my eyes, which means I'm not going to be able to read anything for the rest of the day. Fortunately, it's my day off, so I'm not going to be streaming, or I don't have a scheduled stream, should I say. The only time I really posted any of my streams of late was the point where I made the decision I would like to keep them a permanent record of them. Because I'm a Twitch Prime member, my streams get saved on Twitch for 60 days. And I think I got a notification that, hey, your first streams are going to be deleted in 3 days' time. I sort of, maybe I should look at transferring these to my YouTube account, which I did. And then I spent basically a few days transferring 2 months of Twitch streams to YouTube. Once I'd caught up, I try to kick off the transfers before I go to bed. And in the past that hasn't been an issue because I've usually just said, hey, just push the entire stream over to YouTube. However, when I'm streaming for 2 to 3 hours, I'm very aware that if I was a follower of me, I wouldn't be watching my YouTube videos, because I don't, as a general rule, watch 2-hour YouTube videos. It's just too much. It's too much time to sit down and commit to watching a video. Yeah, if I'm going, it's like, yeah, well, I've got an hour, a spare hour. I'll watch a TV show, which is I know is going to take 45 minutes and have commercials in it. But I'm not going to sit down and watch a movie because that's 2-3 hours. So, you know, I need a special time for that. The last movie I watched, I think, was the Marvel one with the Infinity War, I believe it was called, which is a good few hours, and it was, you know, let's set aside some time so I can watch this movie. But it's not something you can do on a whim or, you know, constantly. Now, there are some people out there who, there's one guy who streams 2 4-hour sessions a day, and it's his job, and he plays games, and for the most part I'm not interested in all the games he plays, and I don't have time to sit down and watch his 4-hour stream and his next 4-hour stream. And if he's playing a game, sometimes he will play 2 sets of 4 hours on the same game, and I can't do that in one day. So, but I don't have a problem. What he does is he splits up his stream into half-hour chunks and pushes them up to YouTube. And so I can sit down and watch 30 minutes of his gameplay on YouTube on a game that I happen to be interested in seeing. And it may be that I watch 4 hours of his videos in one day in half-hour chunks, but it's something I can, you know, I can pause and come back to. It's not something where I feel, oh, I'm in the middle of this and I want to see this episode through to the end. So with my streams, because I'm pushing, you know, sometimes up to 5 hours, it's I'm very conscious that that could be putting people off watching them. So from Saturday 2 weeks ago, so it'll be around the 11th, I decided I was going to split my videos up into smaller chunks, half hour to 45 minutes is what I try to do. With the World of Warships streams, I'll go for an hour, and that's 3 battles. So if 3 battles are done in 45 minutes, then that video segment's 45 minutes. The maximum it can be is about an hour, because a battle is a maximum of 20 minutes. Now you're going to have a little bit of me selecting a boat, making sure the commander's set up, making sure I've got the right flags on it. But for the most part, most games don't go for 20 minutes. So it's, you know, your stream segments for 3 battles are much shorter than an hour most of the time. And so my stream from Monday, I think, ended up in 4 parts of about 40 to 45 minutes each. So I think 1 or 2 might have been 50 minutes. But at that point, I feel if someone comes across them and it's sort of, oh, it's 40 minutes, yeah, I can watch that. Or they're more likely to say, yeah, I can watch that, as opposed to, you know, 5 hours, yeah, I'll go and watch someone else. Now, I'm not at the point where I'm editing down to, oh, I'll just push to YouTube the games that I won and did really well on and stellar performances. You'll get the great games, you'll get the really bad games. What you don't get are the games where I get really annoyed and start behaving like an idiot. Those I delete, and some of them you won't find the archive records on Twitch either. I delete them as well there as well. And that's kind of me needing to moderate my performance. While it's happening, as opposed to, yeah, I'm not proud of those moments, I'll just delete them out. Hi Johnny, I'm doing well. If I was into some serious editing, there is at least one clip that I have available to me now. The first game I played on Monday, and I've never seen it happen before, but I got 3 post-death awards from the game. I'd launched some torpedoes. I was in a gunfight with a carrier, and then someone blew me up as my shells were in the air. They hit the carrier, so I got what is it? The award you get for killing someone after you die. And then seconds later, the torpedoes hit a battleship and sunk that. So I got a second one of those awards, and I got a double strike for killing 2 ships inside of 10 seconds of each other. And it was sort of, yeah, wow. just a flesh wound award. That's the one weight you get for killing someone after you die. Today it was a bit of a shame I wasn't streaming because I ended up with 3 very, very good games to start out. I was top XP earner in all 3, and then the 4th game we lost, but I was still top XP earner. And then the last game I was seriously up-tiered. And so we won. But I didn't do quite as well as I had on the previous 4 games. I was about halfway down the list, but bottom tier battleship in a tier 8 game. How are we doing? 63%. Okay. So we're over halfway. Yep. Oh, they're usually fun. So 60%. What are we at on seed? 500. Well, it's looking like this field is exactly a tank for wheat. We're not going to have any left by the time we finish this one. This dirt mod specifically for use on this map, and rather than being the normal brown dirt, it makes all the dirt very red. It also looks like it creates far more dirt than the normal in-game dirt is created. The other thing I should do with my Sunday stream is I should go back and put a link to where I got the map. Yeah, I'd heard that, Johnny. Posted on Facebook that she wouldn't be streaming tomorrow. So Arthur's decided to stream Roller Coaster Tycoon. which, while it's the sort of genre of games I play, it's not one I've really got an interest in playing. I'm a bit like that with TV shows. If there's too many TV shows of the same type on, I pick one and watch that one. I won't watch all of them. So, for many years, my medical show of choice was House. And as such, I wouldn't watch other medical, TV medical shows. I progressed from, JAG to NCIS, which was a spin-off. Although NCIS has been going many more years than JAG went for. But as such, not so much interested in watching the various CSI shows. I don't watch any of the other NCIS shows, just the original one. Because if you do, if you watch all of them, I kind of feel it's sort of, I'm overloading on one type of TV show. And I don't watch a lot of TV, so the TV I watch, I like to be sort of varied. It's similar with games. I know there's cattle and crops, there's Farmer's Dynasty, and a whole bunch of other farming games, but I play Farm Sim. And this is the one I put my time into. Trucking Sim, I've got both ATS and ETS, but for other driving games, I don't see the point. I'm not going to get Bus Sim, and I'm not going to get Alaskan Trucker or whatever it is that's coming out, because I've got 2 truck games I play. I don't need to play any others. Call of Duty. Now, what style of game is Call of Duty? In sim games, yes, I've got Train Sim. I don't have Train Sim World because that came out last winter and would not run on the PC I had at the time. It will run on my current PC, but I'm probably going to wait until it's on serious sale before I go and buy it. I do not play first-person shooters. I'm old and I suck. I'm barely okay at playing online role-playing games where you have to push buttons to activate different spell or tech effects. But your skill is effectively random numbers based on your character's capabilities, not my ability at pushing buttons, aiming guns or whatever. I quit playing World of Tanks because it's quite a fast action game considered. I play World of Warships because it's a slower, more leisurely combat experience, and it's easier for someone who's old and crap to play. I have Jurassic World theme park thing, whatever it was. And I got through quite a few of the parks there. I didn't finish it because I transferred from my old PC to my new PC halfway through. But as such, I don't then see the need to have sort of theme park or roller coaster park type games, because I've got a game with dinosaurs in instead. I used to play SimCity. I wasn't impressed with the last release of SimCity. And, I used to play Civilization, and I heard a lot of bad things about Civ 6 when it was first released, and I kind of burned out on SimCity, on Civilization. I have been playing Civilization since the first release of Civilization, and I used to play Civilization board game. And I learnt very early on in Civilization board game that basically you win that by having the most cities. And when it came to SimCity, you win that by having the most cities. It's really easy if you basically build a combat unit, build a settler, send the settler out, found a city, build a combat unit at that city, build a settler, and you end up with most of your cities building settlers until you reach the point where it's going to take too long for my settler to get out to an area of land that hasn't been settled, at which point I start that city building, civic improvements or combat units to replace the ones that are ancient. The first game I won in Civilization was the first one I played, and I played as the Mongols, and I had so many cities and so much production of men on horseback with sharp pointy sticks, and we are done, that I was going up against sort of early First World War tanks and completely overwhelming them and winning. And I think I'd finally developed the knight unit, and I captured the very last city on the map with a knight. But I just had more cities than everybody else, and so I won. It wasn't a very high difficulty level, but I hadn't bothered with tech. I just bothered with producing men on horseback and lots and lots and lots of cities. And the Mongol hordes came and they conquered, and it was kind of fun. Yeah, I did not get into SimCity until I think probably SimCity 3 was my first outing in SimCity. Turn this around here. I played most of the ones from then onwards. I played Civilization from 1 through to 5. And then just didn't bother with 6. I also got Alpha Centauri, but I don't know where that went. I never completed Alpha Centauri. Played the first version of Master of Orion, which I know has been through a couple of iterations since then, and a couple of other space variants of those types of games. Really, you can only play them so much before, yeah, it's sort of, yeah, I'm kind of burnt out on this type of game. Yeah, that could do with repair. The tractor could do with repair too. Okay. The problem with the way they've placed that is I can't see it very well. There we go. Yeah, we'll repair that too. Okay, we'll put that away. Front one drop. Oh, I want the backwards button. Still want a gear shift. At least simple gears, forward and backwards. And then the brakes can be the brakes and the accelerator can be the accelerator. I didn't want to do that. Okay, we need to fix the tractor and we need to refuel it.